Thanks. So, welcome everybody, and I want to thank, of course, the organization of Pakistan Dreaming, for this opportunity. So, today I want to tell a little bit about how to use Sales Cloud, maybe also CPQ, Salesforce CPQ, but then in the sense, in the context of connecting to your customers in a whole new way. Everybody that's involved in the Salesforce industry knows this sentence from Salesforce, and it's the one sentence that always sticks to me and to most of the founders here at PDF Butler. So if you want to connect to your customers in a whole new way, you have to really do something with your customers. So connecting to your customer in a whole new way is really something that Salesforce have been boasting and they have been telling about for many years now. And I want to see this in the context of the Sales Cloud. So Salesforce also indicates how important it is. So I'm just gonna run over some numbers here. So they indicate that 84% of the customers, they want to be treated like a person, not as a number, which is of course very obvious these days with all the personalization going on, all the information you have on your customer, all the options around digitalization. This is not anymore. This should not be possible anymore, and you should really focus on treating your customer as a person. Next to that, a lot of people, 72%, want to engage personally or want to feel that they are engaged personally. That's the Amazon-like buying experience. So they really want to feel like, okay, I'm talking to somebody that knows me, that gives me the information, that gives me the experience that I, as a customer, expects. Okay, that's my introduction. So now I'm going to go over the Sales Cloud and take a look how the Sales Cloud improves this experience. Step one, I want to show actually the order intake process and here in this case we are selling really cool looking cars. So we are selling cars, and you are boasting to your customer about these cars and say, hey, you have to get this new Tesla Model S, and you have to get this new Tesla Model X for your company. So rethink about B2B sales. So this is really what you want to sell to your customer. You're talking about the cars. You're showing this person, him or her, these cars. They are all excited. These are cool-looking pictures, cool-looking cars. That's exactly what I want to see. That's exactly the experience that I want as a customer. Okay, so in Salesforce, as a salesperson, you do the order intake. You add some products to these cars, and I will just show that how easy it is, how you can add products and remove products. You maybe have your order intake done, so you have two models of the car, and with every model there comes a bunch of options, of course. In the Sales Clouds, it's a flat list of options linked to with some customization to my cars, the Tesla Model X and the Tesla Model S. Now, next up, you want to sell extra options to your cars, cool rims and tires. So you show this person the cool rims and tires and say, well, this is what you have to have for your car. They look cool, they are more secure. It's about your family, so your family will feel more secure in the car. You have to get these rims and tires no matter what the costs are. Yeah, you convince the customer, you do the order intake, and you just do add the extra products on these cars. So I can show the exact same thing on Salesforce CPQ, but that would just be repeating myself over and over again. So I'm gonna boost up the price here a little bit. Let's say €1,000 for a rim, and like €5,000 for a new tire. So yeah, we really know that this customer wants to get these rims and tires. Um, this is now not connecting Salesforce to your customer yet, because you talk about your customer, you show him the cars, you show him the rims and tires. That's not via Salesforce. The order intake and how easy it is to do that order intake in Salesforce and how to collect all the information, that's your sales cloud. That's for internal people. They are not connecting to customers yet at this very moment. Okay, this customer, of course, wants to scan the market and wants to see what other options do I have next to my nice looking Teslas. What other options do I have for my company? And he says, give me a quote, a document, something that I can take along, and then I can afterwards review. That's for me the part where you're really going to connect to your customer. That's the part where you say, okay, I come from my sales cloud, all my information is there, and now I want to present to my customer a quote document that he can take along and review and think about how he can buy this course and why he should buy this course. Okay, to do that, we have to generate from the sales cloud, we have to generate a quote, and on this quote, automatically all our quote lines are filled. And of course, it's linked to our opportunity. So we have a bunch of information. Cool. Let's create from the Sales Cloud a quote document. Remember, we are selling cool cars here, expensive cars here. We want to bring an experience to our customer because that's all the stuff that Salesforce tells us that's important, to bring that experience to a customer. And what do we get out of the Sales Cloud is this. Okay, if I would be buying T-shirts, I might not hesitate of buying those T-shirts when I get a quote like this. But now I'm buying expensive cars. I'm gonna spend 160,000 euros or dollars. So I'm gonna spend a lot of money here. And this is the quote that I get. Imagine being a customer. You go to 10 other garages. You get quotes from 10 other shops, and then you start comparing. You're a month further and you would say, yeah, okay, I went to this garage, they showed me some cool looking cars, but what was the advantage again of these rims and tires? I don't know anymore. And the information is not in the document. So you expect your customer to actually only look at the price, but then go online or maybe find some other information. Remember all the stuff that you have told this customer about why he should buy these cool looking cars. This quote does not show any of your branding of your company, your corporate identity, the pride in your cars, the pride in your products, in your people, and this will not sell any of your products. Okay, that's the point I wanted to make here. And this is exactly where we come in with PDF Butler, because these kind of documents we actually improve. So we put that cherry on the pie of Sales Cloud or Salesforce CPQ. We help you connect your customers in a whole new way. So sorry for this, but I'm going to show a couple of slides that will not take long, and then we're going to go towards a demo of PDF Butler. First of all, what I want to say is that we want to automate the document generation process as much as possible. So that means that in one click, or these days even 0 clicks, via automation of flows or process builders, you can generate the coolest looking documents that you want. Any type of document we support, of course. So we have a wide range of documents that you can output. We really want to go away from these kind of documents, and we want you to focus on the branding, the personalization, multi-language, multi-currency if that's required, the structure, the content of that document. You have total freedom of the structure and the content of your documents to make sure your branding is there, the right overview is there, and you can really show off your products to your customers. And of course, last but not least, the speed. The speed of generation is very important. Imagine that you're sitting on a phone or you're standing next to a potential customer and you have to wait 30 seconds to 5 minutes. We've seen it all for a document. No, it has to be sub-second generation of these documents. And that's exactly what we'll bring. Um, we are, of course, not in our first release. We live the Salesforce life, and we bring every couple of months a new release. So we started a long time ago in 2017, and since then we haven't skipped any releases. We always improve, we always move forward, and we have seamless upgrades of our system. Means that you just get new options like in Salesforce, and you don't have to do anything. You can trust that your old configurations, they just keep working. We can integrate with any sales cloud, with any cloud from Salesforce, also force.com, it doesn't matter. You can integrate with your backend systems to get extra data to get into your documents, different output methods, and of course, most importantly, the delivery methods. So you generated the document, now what you want to do. You want to send it out for email, you want to have it digitally signed, you want to store it in SharePoint. We can support all of those use cases without any trouble. Just a couple of clicks, some configuration to make. We know that a lot of people these days want to go for automation. So no problem there. You can just do any kind of automation, Apex, if that's required, but of course also Visual Flow and Process Builder. Our product lineup, we are next to Document Generation, which is our main product. We have a bunch of other products. Bulk Butler, if you want to generate invoices in batch, for instance, every month you want to generate a couple of thousand invoices. Every day you want to generate a couple of thousand invoices. Then we have Bulk Butler to do that. We have Form Butler if you want to have online data, so you have your documents enriched with online data. Digital signature with Sign Butler, and integration with Office 365, SharePoint, and Google Drive via Collaboration Butler. A full set of products to support all of the document handling, document use cases that you might have in your company. And then it's demo time. So as a challenge to myself and to the people watching, I want to set up a document in like 15 to 20 minutes. So we're just going to run through how to set up a document, how to set up this demo that I can give in just like 20 to 15 minutes. Okay, first of all, let me take one step back because I shown you this document, the generation of this document, but I didn't show you how PDF Butler will actually generate this kind of document. So I'm gonna just click the button right here, and within a second or two, we have our document that we generate to sell our cars. A nice front page, an overview of what we are, where we are, and the data. An overview making personal which is our customer and where are we with our customer. Some information, some rich text that we have put in there, and of course then our cars. So think back about the flat list that I just shown you here, instead of showing this to your customer. A picture of the car, a nice overview about what the car is actually all about, what kind of options you have. We were selling two cars, so the second car is also there. All of the pictures, all of the data, everything coming from Salesforce directly integrated into your document. And you've seen the speed that I generated this document in. It just took like a second or 2 seconds to fetch the data, generate the document, and display it in preview on the screen. I talked about these rims and tires, very important in our sales process because these are expensive add-ons. So we want to maybe show some extra information on them, and that's exactly what we did. We linked some product fishes, some product templates to these rims and tires, and we dynamically added them into our documents. So here you can just now see what is extra, what is special on these rims and what is special on these tires. The rims just look great, and the tires, they are for the safety of you and your family. So that's the kind of document that we would generate, that we would give to the customer. And 2 weeks or a month later, he will look at his document. He realizes, oh yeah, these were the cars that I was buying. Oh yeah, this is why I had to buy these extra options on these rims and tires. This was what I done for it, and it will help him in his buying decision. Cool. Again, we go back to the demo. So sorry for that. And in the demo, like I said, I want to actually just generate a document starting from scratch. So what we're going to do here is I did this demo a couple of months ago, also for to the Basel community group, and I'm going to rebuild that same document. So what will be our result in like 15 to 20 minutes? It will look like this. So let me quickly generate this document. Okay, so this is the Trailblazer community. So I want something different here, of course, because now we are on Pack Dreaming. A bunch of information. I didn't fill in all of the merge fields because, yeah, just for time constraints. And of course, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. It's always the same thing. And of course, we have our product overview. Two products in this overview, and of course, pictures linked to our products. So let's set this up step by step and exactly mimic this same document. The products are right here, and in these opportunity line items, I have my products, of course, and in my products, I have a link to the product picture. The product picture can be a file in Salesforce, like in the previous demo, but it can also be a picture, just like this one that I have over here. Okay, cool. Let's start. Step one is let's go to the PDF Butler app. So we have our PDF Butler app, and I'm going to open it, and I'm going to start actually with uploading a template and creating some data sources. The template I have prepared. So this picture here, you can just see just a picture. I can position it anywhere I want. If I want to put it a little bit lower or higher, it's all good. I already have a bunch of merge fields. This is just text fields. And to show you that, what I'm going to do here is going to create a new merge field on the fly. So this merge field will be called the account name, and it will inherit, yeah, the style of that section that I'm currently in. So let me remove this, and you see it's just some text that I've put in here, and this text has a font, a size, it's bold, and that's exactly what we want to put in our account name. Okay, saving the template, that's good. I'm going to quickly save the template on another location because I'm going to save it in downloads. Okay. So let's continue with this template and let's now start the configuration. Step one is I'm going to need a bunch of fields, and I'm going to need some data coming from Salesforce. So I'm going to create a data source. A new data source. All our data sources are mostly queries, so that gives you the full power of SOQL. If you don't know SOQL, I would advise you to learn it. But on the other hand, we have a cool SOQL builder that will help you, and I will use that one right here on this demo. Okay, that's our data source for the opportunity data. I'm going to go to our SOQL builder, and I'm going to say, well, our where we want to start is on an opportunity object. So I'm going to select the object, and then I'm going to start selecting fields. Let's start with the opportunity ID. That's what we need because we need just one opportunity, not all opportunities. The order number, we're going to put in some date, expires on, for instance. The stage of an opportunity, very important. You can see how fast I can go with just adding all of these fields. And of course, I'm looking at another screen where I have all my fields, yeah, that I need typed out. But if you know the fields which you can use, so you can just type them in here. If you want to switch between the API names and the standard names, not a problem. You can just make that switch right here. So if I clear the filtering, then if I switch to API names, you see that these are now the API names of those fields. Okay, let's continue. So I just added the amount, I think. Okay, now next up, I want to add some fields from an account. And the SOQL builder immediately sees that the account is actually a lookup. So we just follow the relation on that lookup. And now I can add fields from my account. I'm going to add the name. I'm going to add the account number. And I'm going to even go one step further. I'm going to add the owner of the account. So the owner is again a lookup, and we all know that's a lookup to user. And I'm going to also add the name of this owner right here. I'm going to take the full name, and then we're going to go back to our opportunity. So now on the opportunity, do I need something else? No, I'm going to leave it at this for now. Maybe one more. We can go to a contact. A contact is also a lookup, and I can follow that relationship and take the contact name, for instance. Yeah, let's take the contact name, full name. Let's go for the full name. Why not? Next up, we don't want to select all of our opportunities. We just want to select the opportunity that I'm currently on. So I'm going to add a filter, and then we can go to review, and all of my fields are here. My query is automatically generated, so you don't have to do that. And I'm going to save it. So one data source done. Next to opportunities, we also need opportunity lines. So we're going to select these two opportunity lines here. And for that, we're going to create a second data source. Make it SOQL again. OK. And I'm going to call this Pack Dreaming opportunity lines. Now, this is not a single object. It's a list of objects. So we're going to actually create multiple records out here. SOQL builder again. And in this case, I'm going to filter also again on opportunity, but going to take the opportunity lines, opportunity product, it's called, object. And then let's add a bunch of fields. We're going to add the line item ID. We're going to add the opportunity ID. We're going to add the total price. Then we're going to follow the lookup to product. And from here, add the name of the product, the description of the product, and the picture URL. So that's the coolest thing, that we really want to show this picture. We need a filter because we don't want to have all opportunity lines. We just want opportunity lines related to our current opportunity. So add a filter, go to review, and everything looks fine, and save the query. Done. Data sources done. The only thing we now have to do is make some configuration to actually add our documents. So that is what we call a docconfig. And if we want to start from a Word template, what we are going to do in this case, we're actually going to start from a main Word document. Okay, cool. I'm going to call this Pack Dreaming quote. The document title, I'm just going to copy from here because it has a merge field in there. And you just seen already how we do our merge fields. How do we want to have it saved in Salesforce? For the moment, let's save it as a file. Okay, cool. So continue. We have now our docconfig, and we can start on the configuration. Step one is we're going to upload our documents. So this document that I've just shown you right here, in which we have together added this merge field, we're going to upload, and the system is going to parse these documents to make sure that it's a correct document and all the merge fields are there. So this is already step one. Then we're going to say which data sources are required. On this environment, I have a lot of data sources. I realize that. So I'm going to just add my data sources right now. And I'm going to use Google to filter them out for me. And okay, it's the two Pack Dreaming data sources. And they are now added. So let's add a merge field. Let's add a merge field we did in the first place, this account name. And the account name is a type single. So single means we just want to replace one merge field in the document. What is the data that we want to replace it with? Well, we're going to go for the opportunity. And on the opportunity, I'm going to select the account name. Merge field in the document is called account name. And now if I click OK, save to server, all of the validation is done. As you can see, no errors, and I'm ready to generate this document. Let's try this. Copy the ID of my docconfig. Go here to edit page on my opportunity. and I'm just gonna now replace the demo we did before with my new .config ID that we just together created. And let's take a look. Fingers crossed that there is no demo fever going on here or something like that that will block my demo. Let's create the document. Okay, something is wrong in the data source. That's my fault. Oh, let's quickly take a look. Quickly go, just gonna remove this. Okay, so save. That should normally not happen, but it's demo time, of course, and then also always something goes wrong. Well, now the document has generated. I see that it now filled in the Rhino cars because that's the name of my account, as you can see. So let's add a few other interesting fields. Let's start with, of course, the expires on, the stage on page 2 that we want to fill, and yeah, let's go from there. Do it step by step. So from the document, I'm gonna maybe copy the expire on date. So I'm gonna copy this one, this merge field here, copy it, okay, and then let's go and add a config type. I'm going to race through this because this is just that simple to do. Expires on. It immediately says, hey, this is a date. Do you want to format this date? Yes, I want to format this date. Well, I want to format it. You can, of course, go for the out-of-the-box formatting that you see here. But you can also do a custom formatting if you want that. Okay, that's one. Let's add it. Next up is that we're going to add the stage. So from the stage here, I'm not gonna do all of these items here because yeah, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. So stage name, gonna copy it, gonna go back here, add a config type. Okay, data source, opportunity, stage name, yep, stage name, fine. Okay, go to the next one. What else do we need? We want to have the amount, for instance. Contact name, yeah, let's do the contact name. Why not? Oh no, let's keep the contact name and let's go just to the amount. Otherwise, it will just take too much time. Total opportunity price. Okay, single opportunity, and it's the total price. Where is the total price? Okay, I will add that field again. So for now, let's, oh yeah, it's the amount, of course. So then it says that's a currency, so we'll act on the currency formatting. How does it know which currency formatting to use? It knows that because we tell which the currency formatting that our customer requires. If we don't tell the one that our customer requires, it will use it from the current user. So very smart. You can just yeah, do that currency formatting any way you want. Okay, save this. Everything should be fine. Yeah, and now if I generate this document again, it will actually take on all of these merge fields. See, I have now my Rhino cars. Oh, it puts my user is in French, it seems, because it's translated my date in French. It has my order stage. You can see here again, this is the company name, so it also replaced that one. And the amount is nicely filled, so and nicely formatted. I'm here in Belgium, and in Belgium we have euro, not dollars, so it knows that and that it will format it in euro automatically. So we've seen now a bunch of fields. Let's do something more interesting. Let's start repeating our products and put in a product picture because that's exactly what we want to see, of course, for every product. Now, putting in these products, that's not that difficult. What we can do is just use this merge field, and then we can decide that this product has to be repeated. Sorry, this table has to be repeated for every product that we have. And we had 2 products in our overview. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna say this is the merge field to identify my table. I'm gonna take it as a table because I want to repeat this table for every product we have. It's of course linked to our opportunity lines, so it knows that there are 2 records in that data source when we run it. and then okay, it's gonna do the products. It's gonna repeat that table. Okay, now under that table we had also a bunch of fields. So let's now use, for instance, I quickly want to say here that I'm going to remove this merge field because that's just required to identify the table. I'm going to put here the name of the product. Okay, cool. The name of the product, that's this one. And then take this. Okay. Next to that, let's maybe do one more. Let's do the product description because that's a special one. And let's say that we add this description right here. We take the field product description. It's gonna be a text area, this one, and then do the product description. Okay, so now just took 1 minute. And if I now rerun this, I would expect that it's gonna repeat this part and show my two products right there. Okay, let us do that. So now it's generating the document. Okay, it's there. And as you can see, yep, I have my document right here and I have my description of my document right here. Exactly what I expected. Now, let's do one more cool thing and then I'm going to end this demo. We're going to add these pictures because, yeah, that would really top it off, of course. Yeah, all the other stuff is just doing more of the same merge fields, but the pictures, that would be cool to do. So let's create a dynamic picture data source. We say prod logos, for instance. We link it to the ID of the line, and we need the picture URL to fetch these pictures. So now we say to the system, get the pictures via the URL. Okay, save to server. Let's see if this works fine. Yeah, looks okay. Now the only thing I have to do to start filling these pictures is actually go to my template, have my picture placeholder right here, and say to this picture and give it a certain name. In this case, it was logo. As you can see, the merge field is yeah, just like the other merge fields, and we can just take that one. We're gonna call this config type logo. It's of type picture, as you would expect. It immediately knows that it's linked to the production logos data source, and the merge field is logo. Do I want to format it? Yeah, I want to format it because otherwise it would stretch it. So I'm going to say the height will be fixed in this case, and the width will be automatically calculated of this picture placeholder because I don't want my pictures to be stretched. Okay, let's save this. And now the last run, if I generate this document, I expect a bunch of merge fields. I expect my products to be repeated, and I expect my pictures to be in there. And yes, all of that is done. So I have my merge fields in here, the ones that I've configured. I have my products repeated, the ones that I've configured, and I have my pictures directly inside the document. So this is what I wanted to show you. How cool, how easy it is to generate a document. And now, yeah, that's actually the end of my talk. So yeah, the only thing that's left to do for me is say, hey, we are available on the App Exchange. You can just download us from there. There is a 30-day trial period. Do not hesitate to try it, I would say. Just go for it. From the minute you have downloaded it, our support department is ready for you and we will take your questions if required. Of course, there is lots of documentation online, so you can just go to our academy. That's on our site, and then the academy button in the top right. And here there is all the information you need to get started, to learn more about PDF Butler on all the config types like a single, a title, the table that we have used, the pictures that we have used, and of course, if you really want to know all the stuff on PDF Butler, just follow our YouTube channel because this is every update we do, every new release we do, every feature we bring, it will be here directly on our YouTube channel. So Yeah, thanks. That's it from my side. If there are any questions, do not hesitate to ask me. I'm very open to answer these. Okay, I don't see any questions coming in on the chat. So then I'm gonna say thanks for the organization, for the opportunity, and hope to talk to you all soon. Do not hesitate to try out PDF Butler and let us know what you think. Bye bye.